Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Hi guys, and welcome to another Fool of the Week. This week's Fool is a newly appointed Tory minister. The interestingly named Legal Immigration Minister appeared on Sky News with Sophy Ridge. Sorry, just a moment, but we have a Minister for Common Sense, we have a Minister for Legal Immigration, a Minister for Illegal Immigration, and in the past we had the Brexit Opportunities Minister. It seems the Tories are swinging between 1984 and Monty Python. Anyway, Tom Pursglove spoke to her about the cost of the Rwanda policy, which is running into the hundreds of millions, which we know about. Sophy rightly claimed that this could have bought a lot of nurses, and Tom admits that. However, he then compares it to hotel accommodation. Have a listen.
Talking about costs though, how much has been spent on Rwanda so far?
So obviously you've seen the figures, and the Prime Minister has mentioned this in his press conference last week, and the Home Secretary has said there was that £100 million start-up cost, and there has obviously been some payments made since. But we have always said that this is an economic and development partnership, as well as the migration piece. We want to support
Rwanda on the economic
development.
It's a lot of money for no one to have been got on a plane yet.
Well, again, let's put this in the context of £8 million a day.
A lot of nurses, to put it in one context, for example, isn't it? You know, hundreds of millions of pounds would buy us a lot of nurses.
It would. That is undoubtedly the case, and other public service workers. But don't forget, we're spending £8 million a day at the moment in the asylum system dealing with this issue. That is not sustainable in the long run.
You decided this. It's your choice to spend £8 million a day because you could have processed the claims, but you decided, you made a political decision, we're not going to process the claims. We're going to let the backlog fill up. And now it seems, actually, we better do something about the backlog because the claims are right, the number of claims are increasing all the time. So it seems that they have started to do something about that. But the reason people are in hotels costing £8 million a day is because you decided that. You can't blame the Labour Party, you can't blame the asylum seekers. You made a political decision. We're going to put people in hotels because we're not going to process the claims. Now, when it comes to the millions of pounds, £300 million more or less, so that's one estimate. £300 million, I did a quick calculation, would probably hire between 10 and 11,000 nurses. 10 and 11,000 nurses when there's a massive shortage of staff in the NHS at the moment and in social care. Something like 150,000 in the NHS, 150,000 in social care. Now, 10,000 to 11,000 isn't going to make much of a difference, but it would make some difference as opposed to nothing. £300 million being sent to Rwanda for what? Now, the Tories have a number of messages here. First, it's a deterrent. But it's not working as a deterrent. Then they say it's to send people to Rwanda. We have to spend this money to build the infrastructure in Rwanda. But they were talking about sending people this year. But now they're saying, well, the infrastructure isn't ready yet. Well, which is it? Either the infrastructure isn't ready and we don't know when it will be, or you're planning to send people this year. So sending people this year was a lie. And finally, this idea that it's about development in Rwanda. How much of this 300 million is going towards development in Rwanda? Development of what? Infrastructure? Are they building hospitals? Is Rwanda getting 40 hospitals? The ones that Boris Johnson promised back in 2019? Where is this money going? How much of it is going into development and how much of it is going into the pockets of people maybe within the government in Rwanda? And what are the Tories getting in return? Is it just all down to, well, we spent £300 million to keep racists and bigots happy for about 24 hours? That can't be the goal. This is the Legal Immigration Minister, and he's trying to sell the idea that, look, it's better to give Rwanda £300 million so we can, instead of spending £8 million a day on hotels, that we have put people there in order to fill some sort of weird pledge with racists and bigots within the Conservative Party. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think, and I'll see you next time for our next Fool of the Week.